Hello, Prisma. Welcome to the stream. Hello to anyone else out there lurking. Hello to anyone watching the stream through YouTube. In form of a VOD. I don't actually stream on the YouTube channel, at least not yet. It seems like way too much effort for me to go through right now to set up dual streaming and take care of two things at once. You know, it's already hard enough just streaming on one service, and now, you know, everyone's kind of like, no, you have to dual stream now, and it's like, you know, I like Twitch better as a streaming website, and YouTube could just kind of be like my archive. I think I'm playing to the two strengths of the platforms. You know, Twitch is best for streaming. YouTube is best for just video viewing. I don't like streamer like stuff on the Twitch end. I mean on the YouTube end. It's like whatever. Today this is already off to a bad start. Today I am playing The Maze of the Kings, which is Crazy Games' last final game, and the last game that Shinya Nishigaki was credited on, which, you know, I'm a huge Illbleed fan. I like Blue Stinger. Shinya Nishigaki was a crazy fellow. Fun facts, they had the creature designer for Beetlejuice working on the creature designs in Blue Stinger, and Illbleed is just a love note to B-movie horror, and it's just an experience unlike any other. And so to kind of like round out their horror trilogy, they have The Maze of the Kings, which I consider this Halloween adjacent, right? Because mummies, tombs, curses, there's a whole bunch of like spooky Egyptian creatures in this. Hello, Safi. Hello, Scarf the Smith. There were more games that Shinya worked on. Let me just like go through. Let me just get all the names. It was like what? Climax Graphics was what the company was called before they swapped over to Crazy Games. But his entire career was Shining Force for the Mega Drive, Landstalker, The Treasure of King Knoll for the Mega Drive, Dark Savior for the Saturn, Blue Stinger for the Dreamcast, Time Stalkers for the Dreamcast, Illbleed for the Dreamcast, and then finally The Maze of the Kings for Naomi GD-ROM, which is, you know, this is a Sega Naomi game. I think this is already considered abandonware. I've seen it be posted on websites that just share abandonware at this point. So that's kind of like my clue of like why Illbleed is possibly also abandonware at this point. I can't call it lost media because it's actually preserved. That'd be an incorrect usage of lost media. It's just pretty much abandonware, but we'll see. Every year I check up and see, does anyone know who even owns the rights to Illbleed anymore? Nobody still has answers. But yeah, as a fan of those games, you pretty much have to go on a pilgrimage and experience this one as well. And, you know, it's actually not that hard to set up. As per usual, Flycast is a very excellent emulator. He's talking about emulators. Oh no, Sega's gonna kill. No one cares. I'm not playing the games that actually make them money and that they care about. I'm playing the games that fall to the wayside and essentially are in danger of becoming forgotten and not lost media, but very difficult media to essentially find. Abandoned media. True. That's a good way of putting it. Abandoned media. Hearing the Beetlejuice monsters designer got me eager to see those critters. Yeah. There's not really a whole lot of pictures online of the creatures in Blue Stinger, but there's like some really cool little creatures. I'm a fan of like the jumping spider dog things, and I'm also a huge fan of the weird, creepy, giant dinosaur caterpillars. And then you got the human mutations that are also really cool. I love the facial textures on those guys because they look like they're in agonizing pain and screaming. Blue Stinger is a very flawed game. It's hard to recommend it to people. but that's also partly because the Japanese version had a completely different camera system that focused on key parts of a area. There's two major examples right when you begin the game. There is a key card on top of a roof of a security booth, and in the American version, they swapped over to an action camera, and so there's no fixed camera angles anymore. In the Japanese version, you would see on top of that roof when you entered that area, and you would see the little sparkling item object. And then you would go, oh, okay, I could push this box over there, get on the roof, and collect that, and that's the key card to go through. No, you just have to, like, take an estimated guess in the American version. It's less it's less cinematic when you play the American version. And there's another where you're trying to get to the elevator shutdown to save the guy who gives you the very useful grenade launcher that you definitely do not want to miss. Otherwise, playing the game is going to be a huge pain in the ass when you miss out on that amazing weapon for free. I've seen people miss out on that, get to the first boss, and immediately run out of ammo and not be able to kill it. What else? You enter a room that it's like a rectangle, but you go through the hallway like it's an L, and right at the corner point is an entrance that gets completely obscured by the camera in the American version. But in the Japanese version, the fixed camera angle when you reach that corner of the L focuses on the giant glowing monitor that hints like, hey, here's that thing you need to do to shut down the elevator and save that guy. Those are the two primary examples of like how much the camera system got botched in the American version of Blue Stinger. So yeah, I don't know, I'm just like nerding out a bit right now about Blue Stinger and Illbleed and Shinya Nishigaki. I would love to play Dark Savior for the Sega Saturn one day. It's kind of like an isometric RPG where the combat is like kind of a fighting game. You can see it's kind of like the proto version of Blue Stinger in a way, because when you combat in Blue Stinger, Elliot has like a cool fire kick that he does. It's over the top and it's really goofy. And Dark Savior's gameplay and fighting system looks very similar with how over the top it is, like jumping into the air, doing dive kicks, and slashing at things with a sword. You could tell everything he's worked on has a very specific flavor to it, and it's so tragic that we lost him to a heart attack like 2 years after Illbleed. I'm not sure if his death happened during production of the Maze of the Kings or after Maze of the Kings, but this is a very short game. It has a interesting gimmick to it where it's like, oh, there's over 1,000 rooms. No, there's like a couple, it's like Illbleed, where there's an A track, a B track, and a C track, and it can randomize these rooms. And I think how it works is the longer that the game is on, the first room is always the same, I think. It's always like the Shrine of the Genie, and then from there on, it could just randomize, and then it kind of cycles through all the rooms, the more people play it. So if the machine gets booted up and the machine gets booted up, someone plays it, walks away after a game over, it'll cycle in some new rooms that you probably wouldn't have seen on your first playthrough. But I'm not 100% certain how it works, because barely anyone has documented this game or really like looked too much into the specifics, outside of like maybe one YouTuber that they specialize in arcade shooter rail games or rail shooters. So yeah, that's always a good channel, because I do love people that talk about very niche subjects, and given the nature of arcade rail shooters, it's not really something that you could really say a whole lot about. they're just pick up and play, have a good time, dopamine, arcade action, and I don't know, I feel like whenever I'm watching people stream games, they never really touch this genre too much, because, I don't know. But that's, you know, in the first year of VTubing for Halloween, I wanted to play Carnival so much, because I love Carnival. And I hear a lot of people always compare Carnival and Illbleed as, like, kind of a similar genre of just, like, twisted humor and dark themes and subject matter, but it's kind of like, you know, it's horror comedy. But yeah, so anyways, that's like something to look into. Robert Short was the creature and makeup effects designer for Beetlejuice, and he is credited in Blue Stinger as the guy who worked on creature design. When it comes to Illbleed, Shinya Nishigaki, you could tell he had the most involvement with Illbleed. Either he had more control over everything, or he had to just pick up so much stuff, because at that point, I think the Dreamcast probably could have been announced like, yeah, no, Dreamcast is dead, and then he probably had to pick up a ton of extra work. I don't know. But you can tell Illbleed was his baby, because he's credited for the story, the creature design, the background design, game scenario and dialogue, and on top of that, he's the producer of it all. He was the producer for The Maze of the Kings, but Crazy Games, the company, you know, still worked on this, so it didn't seem like he had too much involvement in this game, but you can see that the Illbleed DNA is in this, and you'll recognize it from the gameplay. But yeah, that's I think that's enough. Like, I don't know. Have I said everything that I want to say? It's nice to see people picking up Illbleed and streaming it. I wish I could catch more streams of it, but honestly, I'm kind of like exhausted of jumping across all these streams of Illbleed, and it's... I always give the same advice everywhere. Whenever people are on the Killer Man stage and they're trying to find Yorg, I always tell them, look for the penis shape, that's where Yorg is. And it's funny because I think it's starting to catch on, and a lot of people, like, probably when they go and watch other people stream, that's gonna be their advice is, oh, find the penis shape in the maze. I'm gonna propagate that. I'm gonna make that a thing. Anyways, man, I wish I could own a copy of Illbleed. I wish I could get that Erico figure, but man, it's way too late to buy any retro games if you're gonna be a collector of them. I guess a Japanese copy of Illbleed might be cheaper than an American one, and the entire game is still in English outside of like menus and stuff, so I could probably technically off of just like, you know, pictures and menus, I would probably know how to play. Maybe one year for Halloween, I should just do the Japanese version of Illbleed. There's not really much differences at all. I think there's like 2, and one is just like a puzzle difference, and the others are just like the items are slightly different. Like it's not a stake in the Japanese version of Illbleed. That's the ultimate hit point healing item. It's a whole ass tea ceremony with a Japanese lady in the picture. It's funny. Anyways, I was wondering if I should have told you when my friends are streaming Illbleed. I mean, it doesn't hurt to tell me. I have Mechanic Cat always lets me know when anyone he knows of plays Illbleed, so I drop in for a bit. I check it out. I see if people aren't vibing with Illbleed, I tend not to want to stick around, because I hate seeing people trash talk games I love. I know Illbleed is not a perfect game. I know it's a very flawed game, but honestly, that's why it's so near and dear and close to my heart. You know, it's a commercial failure, but it's a really cool game, and it gets the recognition it deserves way after it's, you know, after it was relevant. And now, you know, it's reaching that cult classic status. It's still obscure enough, a lot of people don't know about it, but I feel like in recent years it's gaining a lot more traction, which is a double-edged blade, because I'm just guaranteeing that I will never be able to own a copy of this game. Oh, what's on screen? That's the G4 Kingdom Hearts cosplay. I forgot I put that in there. It's a very goofy skit. It's look it up. G4 Kingdom Hearts cosplay. It's absolutely batshit insane. Illbleed is special and criminally underrated. It's the epitome of a cult game. Yeah, it's, you know, it's kind of based around movies and cult classics. It's B-movie horror. There's never gonna be another game like Illbleed ever again. I wouldn't trust anyone to try and match the degree of insanity and artistic integrity that it has. If someone's playing it blind, they're gonna get very fucking frustrated by the game. But I still think it's actually a very easy game. If you could beat the first stage, you could beat the rest of Illbleed. You just gotta give it some time. And my opinion on Illbleed is, it's a social game. It's gonna be hard to figure out a lot of stuff on your first time blind if you're playing alone, and that might make you hate the game. But if you have people that know what they're doing and know what they're talking about, you know, a little bit of backseating is fine. A little bit of backseating is fine, especially for a flawed game. But once you kind of know all the solutions, I think that enhances your appreciation for the game. And once you understand how it works, it makes the experience all the more special, because then it becomes about, wow, look at all these little details, look at these amazing textures, I love this set design, look at the color theory, all these traps are so cool, I wanna showcase these off, you know. You would say it's a flaw that the true ending is locked behind New Game Plus, but New Game Plus, with all full upgrades and all that, just gives you the ability to see more of the game that you probably would have missed on the first half. The traps and the animations are a big part of the game, and the randomized element list is also another big part of the game. But yeah, without further ado, this is probably going to be a short stream. I'll probably play through the game maybe 3 or 4 times. We will see. I'll explain how it works and showcase some of the stuff the best that I can. Will I be able to get every single stage? I don't know, but let's just play the game and you'll see. It's a fun time. It's a fun time. I recommend this one. I've played it already plenty of times. All right, see you guys in just a moment for the Maze of the Kings. Woo! Spooky Egyptian Halloween. Wow. Woo. Naomi, GD-ROM system. Seeing all the cool stuff that could happen in the game. I love attract modes. I need to record this and add it to my pool of video game commercials and intros and cutscenes. Rick, have you ever gone through the trouble to make animated art for a stream only for the game to be broken? No, I don't really animate too much. And my knowledge of animating is very, very bad, but I'm sure if I applied myself, I could do pretty good at animating. I don't know if rigging a VTuber model technically counts as animating, but I did kind of okay, but you know, this is a very scuffed avatar. I love these mummy zombie guys too. I love their deranged look. I love their color scheme. Yeah, they could just have gone with basic-ass mummies. But they went with something that is, like, really cool. It's, like, monstrous enough that it catches your eye. I'm gonna, like, you know, continue letting the attract mode play out. This is, like, what you guys are in for, basically. And look at the colors! The turquoises, the blacks, the royal blues, the gold trimmings. Best treasure hunters. I have a great avatar. It's got a timeless style. I would like to make some improvements to it, but thank you. Getting my hands on this fucking live 2D again after years of not using it would probably not treat me well. Anyways, time to start. House of the Dead. Yeah, this is interesting when compared to House of the Dead because it is very easy. You wouldn't be breaking the bank trying to play this game. Just centering the target. So you get options here. You get a strong attack, but you only have 4. You get a medium attack, but you only get 6 shots, and you get a light. So I'm gonna go for the light. And then you can choose a free hit item. Avoid air attacks, piercing attacks, and fang and claw attacks. So we're gonna go with the bracelet first. It's very nice for an arcade shooter.
What ridiculous clothes!
I bought them in the specialist shop.
All we need is this rod.
Wow!
The route changes every time in this labyrinth for protecting from intruders. Let's go!
Let's go. So I think the light gun in arcades was a rod, not really a light gun, so it's like you're holding a Anubis staff, but it's still kind of gun-shaped. Yeah, here we go. Shrine of the Genie. I think this is like the same every time you boot up the game for the first time, but after that it has a chance to be something different. And a gimmick to this is if an enemy drops treasure, you want to shoot it and keep juggling it in the air, which is why it's recommended that you use the light attack because look, everything just kind of like dies in one hit anyways. You don't really need gun power. The more shots you have, the more you can like juggle treasures that enemies drop. Oh, hey Spike. Naomi Dreamcast graphics are so sharp and timeless. That they are. I would have loved to be able to spend more time with the Dreamcast. It's such a shame that generation of gaming just passed by way too fast. Yeah, the two common enemies are the mummy guys and the Anubis skeletons. My aiming is a little bit off because of how flycast functions. Like, I tried to like center it so it would shoot where I clicked perfectly, but it's just kind of like this weird circle that extends outside my mouse cursor. I don't know what the issue is with that, or if that's like normal. Oh, right there you could hear an Illbleed sound.
Reload.
The wheel. This would be really fun to play with an actual light. Like every arcade rail shooter would be really fun to play with an actual light gun. People are making them, it's just... What is it, like a Sinden or something, I think it's called? I would like to try it eventually, but I think they're like a little pricey to buy like dedicated hardware for very niche games that Maybe one day in the future I'll justify being nice to myself and buying things that I want and that I need. No, I don't necessarily need it, but it'd be cool to own. But, you know, as I always say, broke boys make do. There's more important things to spend money on, like when health issues crop up and you get slapped with huge bills.
Hey, look, that's great.
First boss already. I love this guy. Oh, ho, 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 ho. He's like using the same graphical technology as Cashman and the kids in Toy Hunter Quark Goes to Hell. Where it's like a giant, it's a giant, pretty stiff face, but the eyeballs inside the skull animate, and it like adds this uncanny creepiness to it. Like, shooting him won't actually do anything right now. Yippee! That's not a yippee. I love when he does that. He's just making random noises. It's so zany. And then like boss battles just work like this, where you have to hit a specific area to do damage. It's very easy. Very, very, very easy. Yeah, there's definitely enough cool light gun games to justify having one.
Hey, look at that car. Shall we go?
Like, when they were making this game, I kind of wonder if they didn't have time to quality assure it or something.
It's still a long way to go.
I don't know how widespread it was when testing in arcades. Because it feels way too easy, in my honest opinion.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Like I said, you're not really breaking the bank trying to play this. There's not really a whole lot of cheap shots, I feel. There's enough reaction time.
There's a camel.
But then again, you know.
Let's ride it.
Let's ride it.
Okay, I'm ready.
Speed it up.
Oh!
Love that low poly camel. Here's some cool creatures. They're like pharaoh dogs, mummy dogs. Or would they be cats? I don't know what they are. Oh. And that's where the arm guards, they protect you from damage like that. And we have some more enemies that'll be coming up. Here we go, these evil, I don't know, like, what those... Like, if they're, like, fashioned after a god. Like, it's not Horus. Ah, okay. Oh, there's our first quarter, so we're at 50 cents now. Mom said not to spend all my allowance, so... That segment of this stage will always be the same, I believe. It's always the following two areas in each stage that will have a chance to be something random. It's not like entirely random. Oh, this place reminds me so much of Illbleed because of the color scheme. I love this part. Yeah, you just have to take like one look at this area and you could tell this is Illbleed. This was made by the people that made Illbleed. Excellent color theory in here too. the deep blues, the grays, slightly tinted yellows mixed with greens. And just the way that royal blue of the enemies like stands out on the stage is really nice. And when things are really dark too, just having the golden Anubis armors, like the skeletons are like kind of gold as well. Oh shit, the skeletons are kind of gold as well. I don't know if like anything that I'm saying makes any real sense. I'm just like praising the color theory. Once my muscle memory kind of like adapts, I'll get better at aiming. Because like I said, it doesn't entirely line up to where I actually click. It starts to like have an offset where I have to like make an estimation. I gotta get used to like how far to like how far I have to like say. I'm not at the edge, but I'm clicking like a little near the center. But I want to say this is like the last 75% of the screen where I'm clicking, and you can see like where it it's like I don't know how to explain it. It's a weird offset that you just have to adjust to, unless I'm doing something completely wrong. New enemy types, the snake men.
It's tilting rapidly.
More scarabs. The little cheap shot enemies, like when they do exist. Wow. Like if you're ever going to choose an item, just go with like light weapon and also go with the body armor, because the most common types of enemies you're gonna see are the ones that run at you and attack you with a weapon. That's like, okay, 75 cents. That's the best piece of equipment to use, because you're more guaranteed to get hit by one of these guys eventually. You won't see the animals as much as you see these guys. Trying to get my priorities down. Hello, Luftwaffle. Welcome to anyone else I didn't properly greet to the stream. I'm sorry. This is gonna be one of those games where it's hard to focus and talk, you know? Because it requires a lot of your attention. But not really. It's like, I mean, I got unlimited quarters. I got a lot of quarters.
What a huge river. Wow.
Wah.
Let's take a boat.
Damn, what do we have here?
Oh my god, she's hot. She's a beautiful babe. Ugh. Was that that's $1 now, I think? Ah, I didn't get all her marks fast enough. I don't know what this god is supposed to be, but she's cool. It's like making Pokemon noises. Uh-oh.
What is it?
Break the pot with the treasure inside. There we go. I'm pretty okay at those scrambling games. You got the golden hawk.
Okay, got that sucker.
Next, we're going to the pyramid.
Got that sucker. I trust that the audio balancing is alright for you guys. Game's not too loud, not too quiet.
Reload.
Audio's great. Okay, thank you, thank you. I always gotta make sure. I know it probably sucks. Like every stream, like, hey guys, how's the audio? It's like, Rick, you've been streaming for 3 fucking years. You should know how to balance audio already. You should be able to read like decibels and like kind of understand what ranges are okay for the game. I think it's kind of like essential that shit, $1.25. It's kind of essential that you learn how to read decibels. And then once you get a specific range that sounds nice, just always kind of try to aim for that. But with like old video games, they're either really fucking loud or very quiet. It depends, and everyone's computers and audio is like very different. I'm always hard on myself. That's never gonna change. That's how I have to like keep myself. I have to keep myself on my tiptoes. I can't get too complacent. I always gotta strive to improve. Here's a gold variance. I didn't like bind it so that the same button that reloads the gun would shoot the gun. I've seen people do that. It's a little bit lame to do that, I feel. I still think like having a manually reload, dedicated manual reload button is at least a nice way to kind of balance cheapness, you know?
So far, so good. We cleared it.
Don't treat it lightly.
Man, what are you, my mother?
She's all business. Gateway to the Terror Corridor. These guys are taking multiple hits to take down. But you know, more bullets, not much of a problem. Here we go.
Hello, I'm Pharaoh. So you're here at last. Well done. But it won't be so easy.
He's so great. It's Pharaoh. He's our main antagonist. He's the guy that's here to stop us. The water vein corridor. Now we got the gold versions of them. I love how he gets up in the camera. Ah, fuck. Is that $1.50? Mom's gonna kill me. I'm still going by old arcade standards, when in reality it'd probably be like 50 cents per play. A different kind of skeleton. One that actually has headgear and a shield. Endless corridor. They look really nice on this backdrop because just everything is black and gray and some red. Ah! Okay.
Reload.
Got some more of the floaty Illuminati pyramids. Like, I always applaud Illbleed and Crazy Games, like how they like texture things. They got some really good people and painters on their team that created some really iconic looking stuff. No other game kind of matches their texture work for me. The stage would go crazy as a screensaver. Honestly, yeah. It's gonna be one of those.
Just too well. Hey, genies, beat them.
It'd be like the good like screensaver like maze. Oh!
Wait! You haven't beaten me yet. You assemble.
He's so goofy how he just flies around on his staff.
Right. Get on with it.
Right, get on with it. Ugh. $1.75? I've lost count. I think there was another Sega Naomi game that was kind of like you're a samurai and you're using a plastic sword and swinging it around at the screen and slashing. I think that's another one, so... I've played that in actual hardware in arcades. Sadly, my arcades never had the Maze of the Kings.
Reload.
Oh shit.
Reload.
Ooh, got it. That one's tricky. The Golden Monolith. That should be all treasures.
Hey, got that sucker.
Damn! I still hold a few cards. Follow me.
Love the colors in these rooms. Once more, you could just tell that this is Crazy Games. Their signature of just super saturated, crazy colors that... I think we need to go back to, like, color maximalism and stop going for that more subdued kind of a natural-looking video games. We gotta have odd repeating textures and super bright colors again. Damn, $2. That'd be like, what, $4 with 50 cents? Hello, that guy.
All my magic forces are beaten. Only one chance left. Hey, over here. Find you.
Oh my god. He's a giant scarab creature now. It's not about spamming hits on a boss, it's more about accuracy. Though I have the weapon that just lets me spam projectiles, so it doesn't hurt to spam. Firing dung balls at me? Wait. No, he balances on it, I forget. What is it with Crazy Games and poop? That's such a disgusting texture on the dung ball, too. It doesn't need to be that detailed, but they made it that detailed. One more. Ah, still got me.
It hurts to say it, but I'm beaten.
The Wand of the Pharaoh.
Pharaoh was a funny old man.
He was.
Let's go home.
Excellent. You got these treasures. The Golden Anubis, the Golden Hawk, the Golden Monolith, and the Wand of the Pharaoh. A perfect game, a perfect game. Hello, Nano. I'm so cracked at games, it's unfair. Here we go, Shinya Nishigaki. I'll be playing it more, though. We got other rooms that we haven't seen yet. We have mini-bosses we haven't seen yet. You're looking at this credit sequence and you're like, when did that happen in the game? I didn't see that, huh? Well, you just gotta keep playing it. I love those little guys. They're so weird. And they make the little Illbleed sound that like you hear in the Cork stage. Or like anytime something zips off of the stage, you go whoop. Whoop. Oh, A. Shrewd hunter. It wasn't a perfect, but... Let's see, where did I place? Definitely in first place. Yeah. Thank you for to take care of yourself, Redeem. Ah. Okay. I'm all hyped up on drink. Animated violence, mild. Am I trying to remember how many? I think it's like 3 different things that you could possibly get per area that could be quote-unquote randomized. It does that thing where it shows a random number and it really makes you think there's like 1,000 rooms, but no, it's not that. There's not that much. It's not randomized, but it's quote-unquote randomized. I would have loved if this game was a little more bloody, but you could tell they were going for like a general audience, kind of like arcade game. We will go with the jacket, which covers up his fancy thing, which ruins the opening cutscene.
What ridiculous clothes!
I bought them in the specialist shop.
All we need is this rod.
Wow!
The route changes every time in this labyrinth for protecting from intruders. Let's go!
So playing this with another player, I think he could do some interesting stuff and swap items if they need them. Here we go, Path of the False God. We're using the heavy weapon this time. So those later enemies will definitely die a little faster, but I can't really juggle dropped items that well with this. So even though it's a short game, it has a lot of variety to it. The solar square. I think we saw this one already, or I was testing the game and maybe this was the one that I got. I have a goldfish brain, I can't tell already. I'm stupid, if you guys couldn't tell. After a while, things just kind of blend together in my brain, and I kind of forget. Streamer debuff, when you're streaming something, your attention span is in 10 different places, and keeping track of certain things. I do like how impactful the heavy bullet feels. Oh, here we go, the golden spring. You know how there's like always poop in Illbleed? Well, this is if you're a fan of the piss, welcome to the piss zone. Oh my god, golden shot. No. I can't be letting people think I like that kind of no. It's just funny. It's just funny. You can't even, like, say that on the internet now, because, like, when you joke about something too much, people just automatically assume that, oh, yeah. You only joke so much about it because you like... It's like, it's in a comedy way. But since you're a 90s kid, you grow up with that kind of humor, and you just, like, don't really think too much of it. There's some, like, actual disturbing stuff in media, though. That is like, okay, yeah, whoever animated that scene of a cartoon that had scatological humor was definitely in it for the wrong reasons, and it's some MK Ultra shit to program kids to have fucking shit fetishes, and it's like, ugh, ew.
Hey, look, that's great.
You feed breeds. The battle is over. Ready?
Ah, damn it. You have to reload so much with the heavy weapon. I just love that. So it's not even what he said. He's just making random noises. He's having the time of his life. I want to see the guy in the recording booth saying all that shit. I don't think most people did Egyptian-themed games besides the Japanese at the time. It seems it's not a very interesting setting to people anymore.
Gotcha.
Hey, look at that car.
I mean, we're probably past the point where it's like the exoticism of raiding tombs and stealing ancient artifacts. That kind of behavior is like frowned upon. Even though, you know, it's always just cool to romanticize something like that.
It's still a long way to go.
I have a friend who recently went to a giant European trip, and then they ended it by going to a surprise visit to Egypt.
Feeling about this.
And hearing their stories was really funny, and they came back with the Curse of Ra. So,
There's a camel. Let's ride it. Okay, I'm ready.
I'll speed it up.
it was like a massive case of like food poisoning, or they got some sort of tapeworm from eating Egyptian food or drinking the water. They had the Curse of the Nile. I think that's an actual thing, the Curse of the Nile. Like, if you just drink water in Egypt, you're gonna be very, very fucking sick the following few weeks. But what are you gonna do? You're in a foreign country. I say this all the time, but when you're gonna go on a giant trip across the world, there's gonna be different bacterias in the water that your body's not used to. Your gut biome is gonna be absolutely destroyed. Because, you know, if you live in America, you're used to all the disgusting things in our water that you have an immunity to them in your gut biome. But introducing a completely different bacteria from a different water source is going to fuck you over immensely. It's gonna make you really sick. I've heard people gone to Italy and they drink the water and then they you know, oh, hell of magma. People gone to Italy and got really sick from just the water. So I'm not really a worldly person. I've never been to a different country. But I will be very, very careful if I ever do on what I eat. No, I probably won't, actually. I'll just, like, get really sick and then vomit my guts out and shit my guts out when I get home.
What's that?
In that case, let's borrow it.
Wow, how convenient.
Okay.
Okay. I like how he says that after they glide off of the stage, like... This would be absolutely fucking terrifying to do. You're gliding over lava in a fucking ravine with enemies flying at you. What are you thinking? I love video game logic so much. Things don't actually have to make sense. That's the way to make something extremely lame, is try and make sense of it. Just enjoy the goofiness. You don't have to be serious about everything. We need video games to be video games again. We need people to just do stupid shit for the sake of doing stupid shit. Wow, these conveniently placed objects that we need are right on these dead bodies, right? Right when we need them. Do that more often. You don't need to... You don't need to make the most tight-knit story possible. You just need a goofy good time like this. Valley of Raw! Oh god, the curse of Raw. I'm gonna shit my guts out after the stream. I love those colors. Oh, here. The little monkey fellas. They're not even monkeys, like they have human hands for feet. And their legs bend like a creature. Visit another country and get a good free enema? No thank you. I wonder how sick I would get if I went to Japan. Their food is usually like really clean though. Excessively clean, so it might be more fitting for an American diet. People say American food is disgusting, and our entire meat industry is kind of very foul, but still, I think we consider a lot of things like cleanliness more than other countries sometimes. I don't know.
Are you serious?
I'm trying not to like talk shit about other countries or whatever. I'm just saying like we're heavily scrutinized for the cleanliness of our industries and food stuff, so it could be cleaner. It could be cleaner. But in most cases, I don't know. People are gonna like visit America, they're gonna eat the food and go, oh my god, I could feel the acid in this soda melting my teeth. I can feel the lining of my stomach dissolving by eating this very acidic American food. You know, stuff like that.
What a huge river! Wow.
Let's take
Everything
it
like tastes different in America, I guess. But we like fucking put corn syrup in everything. So I think that also attributes to it. I always complain about how all of our candy is getting bought up by the same company over here in America. And what they're using to make these candies is just making them all taste the fucking same. Swedish Fish used to taste really fucking good. And then the company that makes Sour Patch Kids bought them. And now it all just kind of tastes like the same slop. It lost its taste that made it so good in the first place. The gentrification of all snack foods and candies in America is a very real issue. Americans have to... We have to be so extra with our sweets. The old style of candy making just doesn't do it for us anymore. You'd probably like black licorice is a good example. What's the name of that one? Licorice, a now and then, the white and the pink licorice candies. To other countries, that's probably like sweet. That's probably what as sweet as their candy could probably get. And our candy in America, it's like if it's not burning your throat and dissolving your teeth immediately when you bite into it. I'm gonna be real, I fucking hate sour crystals. I hate that all idea of sour candy in the United States now is just dump a bunch of fucking sugar crystals on it. Doesn't taste that good. Back in my day, I liked the warheads before they pussified them. Where like a few warheads would absolutely destroy your tongue. They had to fix the solution of it so that it wasn't destroying people's mouths, and so it became less sour. And now the American idea of sour is just like very sweet. It's not even sour anymore. As a huge sour candy fan. But yeah, the problem of all these companies owning all the candy brands, they all just taste like the same shit now. They're not actually sour. They're just sweet. Good and plenty? Oh yeah, good and plenty. A now and then is something different, isn't it? I think a now and then is a taffy kind of, a fruit-based taffy. Good and plenty is the licorice candy that I was thinking of. Thank you for having the right name on hand. I'm raiding this tomb right now and shooting mummies and skeletons and Anubises, so I can't Google my facts and fact check.
So far, so good. We cleared it.
I do like licorice though, and I am a fan of black
What are you,
licorice.
mother?
If anyone took a bite out of me, that's what I would technically taste like, is black licorice. Answering the Vtuber cannibalism questions. Yeah, it's like typically why I gotta be very open about what I actually like so people don't get the wrong idea about me. Not that I'm saying I like cannibalism or anything, but when it comes to the whole vor thing, then yeah, you know.
Hello, I'm Pharaoh. So you're here at last. Well done. But it won't be so easy.
Like the thing I'm probably gonna be most known for playing is Sayaka Giantess Dating Sim. And yeah. At this point, it's like I can't like not go a stream without mentioning vor. So whoopsies. Actually, the last Illbleed stream, did it come up at all? Maybe it did. Maybe it did. I don't know. Man, Halloween is tomorrow. It doesn't even feel like Halloween is happening this year. I've been trying my best to keep the spirit alive and play games, but like no one in my neighborhood has decorated. Stores are already playing Christmas music. All the holiday decorations are like up in stores too. Everyone cares about Christmas more than they care about Halloween, because Christmas is what makes them money. Halloween is just, Halloween not so much. They have to send back all that unsold Halloween stuff. Ooh, the Darkness Corridor. Yeah, at the end of October, they have to send back all the Halloween stuff and melt it all down into Halloween materials to recycle it for next year's Halloween. That's how it works, right? They send back all the candy, they send back all the animatronics and decorations, and they just all melt it into a goop. And then they put it in a big, comically large jar and save it for next year, where they pour it into the molds to make more candy and Halloween decorations. It's fascinating how the Halloween decoration industry, like, Spirit Halloween is a store that continues to exist and be profitable enough that they could do it every single year. I like watching videos on the history of Spirit Halloween and how it functioned. And like, yeah, it's always showing up in the dead stores because it's the easiest thing to rent out for a couple months. Because the people that own those stores that aren't opening anything in them are losing money. So they're just like, yeah, no, here's some cheap rent. Just give me some money. I could really use some money. And it's pretty much the only place people could kind of get costumes and decorations. And the novelty of going into a Spirit Halloween is really nice.
Just too bad. Hey, genies, beat them.
There was one year where the store next to me was pretty much abandoned. And so we had a Spirit Halloween open, but I didn't really get to go in it after work too much, which is a shame.
Wait! You haven't beaten me yet. You assemble.
You saw a YouTube ad for Christmas a few days ago. Halloween hasn't even happened yet. Yeah.
Right. Get on with it.
Halloween is over before it even began. That's the tragedy. When I no longer want to celebrate Halloween, that means the holiday is officially dead, honestly. I plan to keep it alive for as long as I'm alive. When I die, Halloween dies with me. Alright, this is probably gonna be hard to do. Okay, I got it. That one's still like really tricky because it's a little hard to hit the pieces head on.
Hey, got that sucker.
Damn. I still hold a few cards. Follow me.
What someone was saying earlier, he has more of an Asian influence on his design than he does Egyptian. What's that style of stash called? Like Fu Manchu? Oh shit, he's got a gun, look out! Yeah, I got my gun comm. That's how I play these games. It's still one of my oldest assets. I drew it when I initially streamed Carnival. I believe that was the first light gun game I ever played on stream. It had to have been the first light gun game I ever played on stream. I'm trying to... I should know my own history better than anyone else. I modeled the drawing after a gun comm for the PS1. And there's like plenty of games that I want to play for the PS1 that utilize gun comm. I want to play Rescue Shot.
All of my magic forces are beaten. Only one chance left. Hey, over here. Behind you.
What's the other? I want to play Gun Barrel or Point Blank. There's another PS1 game that I've completely forgotten the name right now, but you're like shooting fairies, and it's a very cool anime aesthetic. You start off in like a ruined city. That guy from somewhere, if you're here, you probably know what game I'm talking about. I'm forgetting, it's like you're using elemental powers instead of like guns. So you got a lightning shot that like spreads, you got a fire shot that's like a shotgun. And I think you got like an ice gun that's like a, I forget what the ice gun does. Elemental Gearbolt, I think is, yeah, Elemental Gearbolt is the name of that one. I'm pretty sure. That's a, oh shit, that's a fun game. Difficult, but fun. Luckily, you know, because that stuff had the functionality of a PlayStation mouse, you don't have to blind yourself with the flashing screen. The Scarab boss fight is sweet. Yeah. Oh yeah, I stopped counting the money. At this point, like, we haven't reached $10 yet, I'm pretty sure. We haven't used an entire roll of quarters. Mom's not gonna kill me. Yes, and it's okay. So I am correct about the name. It was Working Designs that localized that game, I'm pretty sure. They localized a lot of shit back then that wouldn't have gotten a localization otherwise.
Pharaoh was a funny old man.
Let's go home.
Let's go home. I love how stunted the voice acting is kind of at times, where it's just like something completely unrelated, ignored, and then another line. Pharaoh was a funny old man. Pretends she didn't hear him. Let's go home. She's just like done with his shit. He's just a goofy guy that wants to have a good time, and she's like all business. Was this a game arcade only, or did it have a home console? It is arcade only. Though technically, since it is a Sega Naomi game, people could technically port it to a Dreamcast, maybe, perhaps? I know there's like people that do projects where they're like porting games to the Dreamcast that have close enough operating hardware. The Sega Naomi is just a little bit more powerful than the Dreamcast, but it's like pretty close to like one-on-one from what I hear. And I always say the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 port of on the Dreamcast is the best way to play the game from what I've heard. If you don't have access to the arcade cabinet, the Dreamcast version is like pretty one-on-one, if not the perfect port of it. There's a game that was, I think it was for Sega Naomi as well. It was kind of like a Metal Slug clone called Dolphin Blue, I believe, and that got a port to actual Dreamcast hardware through fans. Because like it both plays on Naomi, I'm pretty sure. Dolphin Blue. Yeah, that's an interesting game, and I would like to play it on stream eventually. Maybe next summer it would be a good Metal Slug, but summer. Something about how older games would handle the Egyptian aesthetic was just so appealing. Well, yeah, because it's like all blocky, so you could just take a very basic texture and have it on a flat surface. You didn't need to like render out all the etchings and stuff. I think Egypt just worked really well with older games because it was just a lot of really fun texture work that you could do. And then there is that graphical shader that you can apply to a model to just make it all shiny and have a nice sheen to it. It makes it like look glossy and holographic in a way. That was on Atomic Wave, which was basically oh yes, okay. Okay, we're gonna do the spark this time. And we'll do the hat. Kowloon's Gate was a good one as well with that aesthetic. I'm still really looking forward.
I bought them in the specialist shop.
Whenever that the Kowloon's Gate fan translation comes out, like I am definitely playing that because I enjoyed my time with Planet Laika. I've been waiting on that that fan translation for Kowloon's Gate.
Let's go.
I'm patiently waiting too. I'm like, when it happens, it happens. The team doing it is really good at translating because I'm pretty sure the same people that gave Nappletail a fan translation, they took years and years kind of like making the perfect translation for that game. So it's in good hands that respect the material, and I just gotta be patient and wait for it. Yeah, another new area we haven't seen yet. Oh, Kowloon High School Chronic. Okay, that's something I haven't heard about then, I think. Yeah, you got me talking about a completely unrelated game. I just look forward to like fan translation stuff. Screaming Mad George's Paranoia Escape got a fan translation finally this year. I already did my stream though before it got translated. Same with Jingle Cats, that got a fan translation this year. But I have this like passive that if I play a game that hasn't been translated yet, chances are it's gonna get a translation. Cool Tune for the Sega Dreamcast also got that translation soon after I streamed it. And that was like, you know, it was already in the works or whatever, but it released I think 3 or 6 months after I finally streamed it. Still waiting for the Great Hits translation. Yes, I wanna fucking play that game so much. The Music Maker RPG game. With the cool character designs and everything, but like the worst fucking name ever for a PS1 game. Great Hits. You're never gonna fucking find any information about that game because of that generic awful name. You're just gonna get PS1 Greatest Hits, you know, the green label games for the PlayStation 1. Also, hello Panic Sugar Stretch. Welcome to the stream. Groundwater line. But yeah, see how much variety this has? More arcade shooters should have done this. It's very kind of reminiscent of the original House of the Dead, with how there were like branching paths, and not every playthrough would be the same, but where that one is more about optimization, this one is just more about randomization. You kind of don't know what to expect and what you're gonna get.
Let's take it.
Somehow I have a bad feeling.
The anti-Google game. I mean, everything is like fucking anti-Google now. Trying to like find anything on Google is such a goddamn nightmare because of AI bullshit. The internet in the past used to be about easily finding the information that you want to find, but now it's all about misinformation and giving you what you're not looking for. The in-shitification of everything is so insane to me. It's absolutely tragic what has happened to the internet. It's hard to imagine there's even gonna be an internet several years into the future. Ready? This guy right here is just so Illbleed. He's so Illbleed coded. That already is like, man, it's because of his eyes and how they roll in his head. But the rest of his model is just a static object besides the mouth. It does add uncanniness. Wait, Google is gonna put all of YouTube through an AI upskill filter? Sorry. That's gonna be a nightmare. No. Download all your favorite videos now. Before they ruin all the old crusty classics. You know, if I see artifacts and blurriness in videos, I'm not like appalled by it. I hate fucking AI upscales. I would prefer that they did not exist. It's a part of the charm. It really sucks that all the greatest stuff ever was made during times where we couldn't get the most crystal clear, high quality, high definition version of it. Yeah, it's like Disney movie HD releases are all kind of trash. It's always like a hard thing to consider. Because if like they do any sort of AI upscaling, it ruins the line work. The colors look washed out, or things just look very incorrect compared to the originals. But the originals are in such rough shape, or very blurry quality, that it's like... It hurts my soul. It hurts my soul. If I had a time machine, I would just go back and like give them the technology we have now and be like, all right, when you're putting this thing together, here you go, 1080p, 4K. It probably wouldn't work like that. But we wouldn't need AI to ruin all the good old shit with awful upscales. I think Cyberpunk called in. There's going to be a second secret internet after the original finally becomes 100% bots. Yeah, I think the dark net is just going to get normalized at this point. It would be nice if there was a second internet that didn't allow AI, but I don't know. Humans will always ruin everything. That's what humans are best at doing, is just ruining everything. There's a lot of people that are like, I have an idea, and they don't ask themselves, should I do this idea? I'm one of those creatures, you know. Oh, haha, I should do an August 8th Vor Day stream. Should you, Rick? Should you?
Let's go.
Too late now, but you know. My brain's a little bit on autopilot with the game right now. Glacial Evil Palace. I'm happy I'm getting to showcase a lot of the different stages that can randomly be selected. I think we might fight another bull statue. Forget what god that could be. There he is. So I think you could go an entire playthrough without seeing one of these guys, but it would be cool if there was a little more like mini boss variety. Ooh, the green goop underneath the ice. The art I did for it was funny, where I'm tearing off the calendar date to see its war date, yeah. I did the YouTube thumbnail testing and I used that art as an alternative, but more people actually clicked the one I was gonna go through with using first, so I guess I could trust my general aesthetic that, yeah, this looks good. People like this thumbnail. Hello, Orbert. Yeah, all these tech people are pushing AI so fucking hard, and it's like, come on, guys. Do you want to make your false god that much? These guys got the red claws. Oh my god, there's so many of them. But at this point, the game's trying to eat some of your quarters, at least. There's like 3 stones per stage that you can collect, but I forget what they do, or if they do anything at all besides a big point payout. You know, in a perfect world, I wish games like this would have actually rewarded tickets. Then we could have had the best of both worlds, because whenever I would go to things like Chuck E. Cheese or arcades, you have ticket games and then you have skill games, and, you know, if I could just play the skill games and be rewarded at the same time, that would have just been the best thing ever. But no. You either want the the little Chinese finger trap that's gonna cost way more in tokens than it would if you were to just buy one at a grocery shop, or you're gonna have a good time, like playing games that are fun. That's like always the choice. Let's say you have 1,000 tickets, you could get a Chuck E. Cheese eraser and then 2 pieces of candy, kid. Alright, I can't get the cool disco ball lamp that shines lights all over my room. Though at that point, like, they would just allow you to buy some prizes at Chuck E. Cheese. I remember I hit some jackpots on a machine and got really lucky, but even then I didn't have enough tickets to even get the disco ball light that I wanted. But my mom was able to, at the time, pay the difference. You know, a couple dollars or whatever. And at that point, it's like, yeah, no. The whole, like, scam of, you have tickets, and you're winning tickets and getting cool prizes. When you're an adult, it's like, yeah, you could just buy that shit for dirt cheap now. The children have to gamble, you don't understand. It's funny because I have no desire to gamble. I grew up with Pokemon games having gambling mini games and playing video games with like gambling elements in them, and I don't know, I'm just immune to gambling. I don't really see the point in it. I just like fun. I like fun. Maybe I should get into gambling because I'm really good at video games, but I'm also like really good at having awful luck sometimes.
Next, we're going to the pyramid.
Could have gotten the lava lamp. I did get a lava lamp before, but not through tickets, just bought a lava lamp. And it was cool, but I was always worried it was gonna catch on fire eventually, and then, like, isn't the material in the lava lamp very dangerous if it breaks? That thing would heat the fuck up, but it had, like, green goop in it, because that was really cool. I was like, wow, it's like an alien goop. It's like silver with a blue liquid and green goop in it. I probably still have it around somewhere. unless I got rid of it. I don't know. I wonder if the goop inside would, like, at this point, would it still work? Or would it be like a crusty, weird... Any alchemists in chat that have the answer to that? Yeah, lava lamps aren't really safe. They're really cool to look at, but they're not safe. At that point, just get a normal lamp to leave on when you go to bed. Or I guess you could, like, always put it on a timer, too. But I had a black light as well. I was just like one of those kids that... I wanted to make my room look like an arcade. I wanted all that dumb shit. I wanted a lava lamp. I wanted a black light. I wanted one of those disco ball lights that shines all the different colors in each and every direction. I wanted the star lamps. I had those little plastic glow-in-the-dark stars that you would put on your ceiling. It kind of makes sense with my general aesthetic, what kind of stuff I even liked, and
So far, so good.
when going back and
Don't treat it lightly.
considering, like, yeah, growing up, going to arcades and Chuck E. Cheese's and seeing those cool galaxy carpets and bowling alleys, and I miss a lot of that. I miss bowling alleys. Kids these days don't have shit. If I was a kid growing up right now, honestly, I'd probably just fucking kill myself. Oh, fuck. What the kids do for entertainment now? All their video games suck ass. They don't have anything to do IRL. Everything's just digital, watching like fucking YouTube slop and playing with AI garbage. But you know, more and more people are revisiting older stuff and realizing just how fucking cool it was, so it's not entirely lost on the newer generations just how good we used to have it. The more all this shit becomes a problem, the more and more people are gonna actually appreciate, like, authentic experiences. And once everything finally goes bankrupt, maybe, just maybe, we might recover and repeat history. Maybe. That's being, like, optimistic about things. Because you see all these indie developers trying to go for the more low-poly look in their games, and doing more experimental gameplay that, like, the AAA industry just doesn't fucking care about anymore. But it's, like, really tricky, because you're not really gonna get light gun games like this. Honestly, I don't know why there aren't more indie games that are just, like, rail shooter light gun games, but you could just play with a mouse. It'd be a lot of effort, but honestly, I'd love to have indie games that just play like this. No one's making them, though, but maybe they do exist and I'm just not aware of them. But right now, like, the popular shit to just do is, like, vampire savior games, where it's just a RNG progression, avatar strength games, which I'm not really a huge fan of that kind of stuff. They're like roguelites, roguelike elements. I think the Steam Next Fest that currently happened, it's like most of the fucking games are just that kind of shit. They're like gambling slop, coin pushers with RPG elements. Peggle with RPG elements. It's just all the same shit. People aren't being as creative as they could be. They're just trying to like find the next thing that gets people addicted, and so that someone could eventually be the next game that makes a shit ton of money for the lowest investment possible. I don't know, I'm being an insufferable boomer right now and a doomer about current indie games.
Hey, genies, beat them. Wait.
I remember when I did sell at a convention, I was like selling like badge buttons, button pins, and I had like Mega Man characters, and there's this little like fucking 10-year-old kid, and when he saw my Mega Man merchandise, he was like super excited. I'm like, what the fuck? A kid that likes Mega Man in this day and age? What the hell? I was like taken aback that a kid actually knew who the fuck Mega Man was and liked Mega Man. And just because that one kid was so enthusiastic about retro games and a character kids normally don't care about, I just fucking gave him the Mega Man pin for free. I'm like, you know what? Have it. I don't know. If I this is why I couldn't sell at conventions. If I see a little kid get super excited about video games, it's like my weakness. I'm like, here, have a button on the house. You don't gotta pay me shit. Here you go. I just like making people happy sometimes. Hello, Acronis. Skinner boxes. Okay, yeah, that's a good term to use for like what current video games are. They're all just Skinner boxes.
Follow me.
Follow me. I would never be able to make it as a merchant because I just feel bad. Like, that's like the dream grift is targeting children as a means to make money because you know their parents are going to have to buy everything for them, or else they're going to spend their allowance on things and people take advantage of that, and that really like pisses me off and doesn't sit well with me. When I was selling at the convention, there was also like a little girl that wanted like 4 of the pins, but her parents only allotted her like they were trying to teach her how to buy and barter, I guess, at a convention. And she was like being very indecisive about what buttons she wanted, because she wanted 4, but her parents were like, you can only afford 3. And at that point, I'm just like, you know, it's kind of like the end of the convention anyways. And I knew I wasn't gonna sell all my shit. So I'm like, yeah, no, you can have the 4th for free. Here you go, there you go. It probably went against her parents' like whole method of teaching her how to buy things, but it's like, yeah, fuck it, no. have another pin on the house. Because I was a kid once. I understood. You know, sometimes you really want something, but choices are hard to make. I don't think I've seen every single path that we could get yet in this game, so I'll probably do one more playthrough of it. But I haven't sold at a convention since. I've like long given up on the dream that I can make money off of my art in any capacity. I was watching videos now about like current drama at conventions and like maker fairs and craft fairs that now it's just like all 3D printed bullshit and AI art. And it's sad, it's sad. These venues of human creativity are now just giant stands of Funko Pops, AI art, and cheap 3D printed stuff. Yeah, I like was warning people about this kind of shit for years, and no one ever like took me seriously. That, yeah, you know, unregulated bullshit like this is just it's the YouTuber problem. It's the Twitter problem. You could be an artist that spends hours making something, but the person who posts like 10 fucking cat videos per minute is going to basically bury your content. People don't curate their shit. They don't care about seeing quality. People just want fast dopamine. They just want endless trash to consume. They don't want anything with quality anymore. Cute cat video. There's like that's like a dime a dozen thing. Pictures of cats, cat videos. Who's gonna be an asshole that says, "Man, I hate cat videos"? No one. No one. So why put effort into anything? Just post 10 cat videos a day and you'll have like thousands of followers, thousands of likes, millions of dollars made. No, not, you know. People just found the easiest ways to make money online, and creators and makers kind of suffered. And now that a lot of the processes that they would go through to make stuff became automated through either AI or 3D printers, there's a lot more scams out there, lower quality shit. So sorry, like I'm in like autoplay mode right now, honestly, as I just like talk about shit.
Let's go home.
I think I have like one more playthrough in me. I know there's like some segments I've seen in the past, but I haven't seen play yet. In this stream. There's a segment like where you're on a boat, I think, and you're supposed to throw a harpoon into a wall. And if you fail there, it could create an alternate path for you. Depending on if you make that very precise shot or not. And I don't think we've seen the trap door yet. Like I said, this game has a lot of variety to it. It's a very cool arcade shooter. It's not as satisfying as the House of the Dead and skill-based, but for, you know, a good arcade light gun rail shooter game, yeah, you kind of can't go wrong with this. This was going to be my Halloween Day stream, but I think tomorrow I want to play Monster Party, actually. It's going to be, oh, we could do something different for this Halloween, but I don't know. The whole Egyptian theme, well, yes, it is Halloween adjacent. I don't think it was going to feel right for Halloween Day to stream this game, but, you know, the Mummy is a part of the classic monsters. You got Gilman, you got Frankenstein's monster, you got Dracula, you got the Mummy, Frankenstein's wife, the Invisible Man, Jekyll and Hyde. Yeah, they just straight up let you use ass in this game. That's how you could tell they were great. Yeah, butt Rick ass. I played was it the second year of VTubing Halloween? I played a little bit of Monster Party on stream. Yeah. It was like, what, 2023's Halloween stream. It was just a variety grab bag that I wanted to do of like all kinds of creepy Halloween games. Or just cute Halloween games. I played a little bit of Ghoul Panic, which was another light gun game for the PS1, but that segment was so scuffed. At the time, I didn't realize I could just use the, you know, the mouse to play that one and spare you guys the eye strain from the flashing screen and everything. Oh, of course, this is a game by the brilliant mind behind Blue Stinger and Illbleed. Yeah, yeah. That's why I had to play it. Okay. If you like either of those games, this is like the final pilgrimage. If you want to experience all the Shinya Nishigaki games, you have to play this one. He was the producer for this one, though. I don't think he had that much of a hand in...
The route changes every time in this labyrinth. For protecting...
Like I said, Illbleed was his baby. Is what it feels like, because he had like 5 credits, and like... It seems like out of all the games he's ever been a part of, he had the most control over Illbleed. The Shrine of the Genie. Okay, so this is one we've already seen before. Whoa. I don't know what just happened there. This dang old arcade machine got a little bit too heated. But yeah, I say it all the time. I wish I could live in a timeline where he did not die. He would have been my Suda 51 of video game developers. I would like literally buy and play anything he made. Oh my god. The game's getting a little bit crusty right now. I don't think it intended for me to play this long. The spookiest thing of all. Emulator issues. I'm totally playing this on my legitimate cabinet that I own, that sits in the corner of my room. Yeah, this is the second Sega Naomi game. We played Manic Panic Ghosts earlier in the month, and that was like more of a cute game. Oh, here we go. Shoot the necessary panels to complete the picture. Failure. Oh, whoopsies. Whoa! This is a cool room, though. I like how the blues and the greens and the red. Ooh. This is supposed to be a punishment. I get to fight a mini-boss. Nah, this is more value per quarter. We need to go back to baking in lightings into video games. Golden water vein. More piss. Oh, I think this is the segment with the boat.
Lucky us. Let's take a boat.
I don't feel like doing this.
Yeah, we go through the like little Egyptian village of the little monkey fellas. Swimming down the piss river. The creepy peepee lake. Here it is.
We'll fall if nothing is done.
Hit the target with a single shot. Oh, got it.
Yes!
Yeah, if you want a high score in this game, don't use the power shot. But I love the power shot because it's very strong against enemies. You want to juggle as much treasure as possible, so spamming the shots, you know, the light bullet is essentially the best to use for a high score in this game. But if you want to have fun, you know, power bullet is where it's at. Have to go for like 10 minutes. Boyfriend just got home, loving the stream though. Oh, yeah, take care. Thanks for dropping by. Glad you enjoyed the stream. I always like hearing people enjoy my streams. That's why I want to do them. That's why I do what I do. I just want people to enjoy stuff that I make. It's hard in this world to find people that care about the same stuff that you like and enjoy. So that's like, it's always a nice feeling when people that are actually passionate about things come across your stuff, and it's like, oh, I'm not alone in this world. Wait, did you link a Twitch clip and that the bot bonked that?
Gotcha.
I'm sorry.
Hey, look at that car. Shall we go?
I'm sorry. I haven't like really seen too many bots spamming the buy viewer shit, so I might just like remove the link thing now. That's just like my failsafe to prevent anything like that happening, so I don't have to like stop the game and like do it myself, because I don't have a mod, I don't have mods, I don't have anyone that does shit for me during the stream. I have to like do all this shit myself. I always say like, yeah, you know, I try and automate the stuff that I think should be automated so that I can focus more on the games.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Rick, you're right, the robots are rising up. I gotta put my robot down.
There's a camel. Let's ride it.
Happy to see a good chunk of games I've grown up with being enjoyed ton. Also love seeing your art. Thank you. So I love playing the games that I grew up with or like are very adjacent to my interests. I'm pretty much like I'm a retro hoe. I love the retro stuff. And that's not just me being like, wow, I never really played these games before, but I love retro. It's like, no. I lived through the era where these games were relevant, so I kind of have a frame of reference for a lot of stuff I play. But also, you know, there's so much good stuff out there. There are things that fall between the cracks that you have never played, even though you had every... Video games were expensive back then. The way retro games kind of exist now is kind of a public library, wink wink, that you have access to everything at your fingertips, and you can play anything you want. As long as it's, you know, it's not Nintendo or Sega. I come from the era of Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis. Valley of Raw. And that's like funny because someone said that I don't sound like I would have been alive for the time that the Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo were a thing. Or something along the lines of that. So I sound younger than I actually am, but I am a crusty old incubus of probably 300 plus years. Or would it be 3,000? I don't know in Demon Age anymore. I'm just some weird eldritch ink demon that vaguely resembles a incubi. Also, speaking of like internet platforms just like getting worse and shit, I've been trying to do something to like help myself. cursed twink voice? What do you mean, cursed twink voice? What do you mean? Yeah, I'm gonna fail this right here and see what happens. Because we already got this path, but the bull like failed to destroy the bridge. What do you mean, cursed twink voice? I could be a fat, ugly bastard if you want me to be. I could put on the fucking disgust. Whatever. Whoa. No! Shoot outside of the screen to reload. Muscle man incubus. Nah, I'm all fat. I'm no muscle. Unless like strong fat is a thing, which it definitely is. What was I saying? Oh yeah. Doing stuff you don't necessarily want to do. I don't like shorts content. I don't like 16:9 aspect ratio. But on YouTube, I've just like been trying to clip a lot of my streams and like find things that I could just upload to the shorts feed, just as a way to like kind of upload something at least like once every day. And that's sadly the fastest way to kind of grow your YouTube channel if you have interest in doing that kind of stuff. Just upload something every single day, even if it's just a little shitty short. And like, you know, for the longest time on YouTube, my following was just kind of stuck at the same number, and I could do a dozen streams and not see a new follower or anything. But you know, uploading a single short a day has actually kind of been a big improvement for the channel. It helps people kind of like discover me, I guess. So I've been like kind of just doing that. I don't want to do shorts content, but it's just something easy to do, and it kind of like helps get me out there. And there have been people that like follow and like the stuff that I do now, and like I do see people following me on Twitch when I'm not streaming because they probably saw that, oh hey, this guy is playing games that I like. Yeah, there's good that could come of it. And then I get some random furry that comments on my video like smash. Nothing else, they just say smash, and I'm like, huh? What do you mean smash? I posted a funny clip of Illbleed of a hamburger coming to life and biting me. What do you mean smash? I didn't do anything sexy. I didn't say anything lewd. I just watched a hamburger come to life and bite me. Why are you saying smash? Oh god.
What a huge river! Wow.
Let's take a boat.
Yeah, you found me through Stretch Panic, Sugar Stretch. Since I know you're a huge fan of that.
We have here.
I introduced a friend to your content recently. Oh, thank you, Orbert. Thank you for like shilling me to other people. Like, hey, check out this weird guy. He plays weird Scribblo game. I'm like, I don't know. How would anyone sell me to anyone else? Like, yeah, check out this guy. He plays crusty old video games no one gives a shit about, and has like awful opinions. And I have the best opinions. I have good taste in things. But still. I guess advice for streaming to anyone out there, just fucking play what you're passionate about. Don't do the fucking flavor of the month shit. Curate your stuff to be as you as possible.
What is it?
And I think they were just saying smash at me. I don't think they were saying smash at the burger. But that would kind of make sense. Oh fuck, I wasn't even paying attention to where it was. Guessing time. Shit. Left. Ah. Failure. I was like looking at chat.
No.
Next,
You fucked up. The eternal VTuber dilemma. How the hell is anyone sexualizing it? Yeah. Unfortunately, sex just kind of sells. That's like the unfortunate thing about VTubing. If you're not like lewd baiting, if you're not doing weird sexy stuff, like you gotta be very autistic and passionate about what you're doing to get an audience. I get it. I'm an incubus, so of course, like, yeah, that is kind of a part of the whole being an incubus, but I am a failure of an incubus. I'm not exactly sexy. I'm not good at my job. Yes, I like sexy things, I like weird things, but I'm also not I don't consider myself a sexy person. I consider myself too weird to be, like, too weird and goofy to be inherently I'm a pervert derogatory. If there's something crude and crass in a video game that I could point and laugh at, like, haha, she's got her titties out, oh, sexy doll, ooh, that's like the kind of pervert shit that I do, and like, and you know, I'm very lowbrow with my humor. I gotta play like Pocket Gal, and you know, play some billiards, get some boob when I win. That's a legal game to stream on Twitch, right? I watch Spike AD play that all the time. Was it Pocket Gal 2, I think? Yeah, you play pool, and you do well at it, and you get rewarded with some very pixelated breasts, and you're like, ooh.
So far, so good. We cleared it.
It's too late for you. That's the benefit of us being relatively underground and male VTubers, is we don't have that many eyes on us. We could kind of get away with a lot. You know, rules are made to be broken, and you know, no one's around to report it, so wink wink. You can do a lot of funny stuff and weird things and get away with it. Twitch doesn't even know what their own fucking rules are anyways at this point. Every week something becomes a bannable offense, and then they dial back on it, they backpedal. Like, oh, too much cleavage. Ban anything that has under boob. Ban anything that has side boob. Ban anything that has cleavage. You know what? Just ban boobs. No more boobs allowed on Twitch. Fuck you all. That's how Twitch operates. It's like, yeah, whatever. You'll allow boobs in a AAA game, but you won't allow boobs in a mod of a AAA game. You will ban a big streamer for accidentally playing a mod of a game that has a picture of a woman bare titty out. But then a game like Cyberpunk will come out a week later, and everyone's accidentally flashing their character's dick because the streamer mode doesn't exist, or doesn't work, or is glitched, and you know, it's not covering up the boobs or the penis and the character creators. But you know, just because Twitch sponsored Cyberpunk 2077, it was okay to have those boobs, but you know, not unofficial boobs. The rules of Twitch just don't make any goddamn sense. So, I don't know. Get banned when it's finally a bannable offense, I guess, is the only advice you could give. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. That's why it's nice to try and build a YouTube audience alongside your Twitch audience, because we don't know how much longer Twitch is even going to be able to exist as a website. Discovery on Twitch is absolute dog shit. They nuked everyone's highlights. So they don't want to be a video hosting service. They want to be a stream service, and they desperately want to have a clip farm, but I don't know. Discovery sucks on Twitch. Finding clips sucks on Twitch. I think Twitch's streamer culture is kind of dog shit. It's like some weird cult mentality bullshit. I've never really cared for that. Hey chat, is this real chat? Is this real? Is this AI? Chat. Ooh. Wow. Did they use AI to create these mummies, chat? I've gotten like really tired of watching streamers that just call their chat. But I guess they're so big they have no choice but to. But people that watch them aren't even individuals anymore, and I hope I never get to that point where viewers aren't like... they don't have individual personalities, and I recognize all of you guys, and you consistently drop by and keep me company when I play my games and stuff. What about Vinny? Sorry, Vinny. I love you. I love your streams. It's okay. He doesn't know who the fuck I am. Oh, maybe he knows who I am to some degree, but...
Wait! You haven't beaten me yet. You assemble.
But no, I'm a no one. I'm a no one to the big streamers that I admire.
Wait. Get on with it.
The only way in which Vinny would even probably fucking know me was I helped out with like some skits with a friend a while ago on VR chat, like maybe a few years ago, and I got like credited, and I think he read everyone's names out. I was like one of the audience members in a fake interview thing that a friend put together, and I was swapping like avatars, so I was like being Gitaru Man, and I was being the boy from Tulip in the audience. It was like funny watching that stream because people were recognizing all the Scrimblow video game characters I was whipping out as avatars, and I was like, hell yeah, everyone's excited to see like Gitaru Man. And then I also recommended Placid Plastic Duck Simulator to Jackal, who is one of Vinny's mods.
Hey, got that sucker.
And then Jackal passed that on to Vinny. And then he played that, and that got like fucking put in a newspaper, which is insane. Someone's like kid, I guess, watched Vinesauce and saw the plastic duck stream that he did, and then it like, I don't know if it was national news or anything, but it was just kind of like funny and surreal to see some fucking news reporter just wrote an article about a funny Italian streamer man playing a virtual duck game. Twitch streamer culture is that, and YouTube streamer culture is just underage ban and random psychos. Yeah, I don't like YouTube audiences that much. You just get people with their real names coming in and saying awful shit, and then kids just trying to fuck with the streamer. Twitch is at least a nice walled-off garden. The streamer culture developed better on Twitch than it did on YouTube. I'm sorry, like these topics, I'm like all around them, all over the place. But like my brain's off right now. My body's in autopilot when it comes to playing this. You can tell the fatigue is starting to set in. Dudes with their real ass name and a real ass selfie right there. Yeah, and they're saying slurs and shit that is like very not cool. Some people have no shame. And you know, that just teaches me like, you know what? Why am I like censoring myself sometimes? Why am I so worried about being perceived as cringe? There's people doing far worse with their real identities. And you know, nothing in life matters. Everything is fake. Society is fake, money is fake, whatever. Do what you want to do. Enjoy life. Be cringe. You'll never be worse than the random psycho. Like a situation of like, oh, you're not pretending. That's just, you're being an actual psychotic person. I'm really bad at the poop ball segment. But yeah, when it comes to streamers, I don't really watch too many VTubers. I watch friends. And I like to lurk in people's streams more than I like to participate a lot of the time. But the old classics are Vinny and Joel. Vinny and Varg Skeletor. I like that kind of like streamer, and they're outliers to the current like what Twitch wants out of a streamer. Their success seems very organically grown and accidental. Whereas there's a lot of people that start up streaming and their growth feels very unnatural. And like it actually is cult mentality, that they're just trying to create a cult around their personality. Like people are... It kind of bugs me. Shrimps! Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for the raid. Thank you for the raid.
Pharaoh was a funny old man.
Don't worry, I'll do another playthrough of the game since you just raided me. What were you up to? Buckshot roulette? Ooh. Gambling with life, I see. Welcome, everyone. Ollie Gator 64, thank you for the follow. Follower goal met! Hell yeah. I didn't even remember setting that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Shrimp Sanity raid. Yeah, welcome everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today I am playing The Maze of the Kings, which is a Sega Naomi arcade rail shooter, quote-unquote classic by Crazy Games, which was one of my favorite video game creators, Shinya Nishigaki, who passed away after he made Illbleed, which is one of my, if not my favorite game of all time. That was the last stream I played, Illbleed for the Sega Dreamcast. It wasn't gambling, it was actually calculated to precision. Oh, right, because Buckshot Roulette is kind of like about calculation and thinking 5 steps forward if you can. I'm too dumb to calculate maybe 3 moves ahead of myself. I can never get A+ or S. Unfortunate. There's like a no bad word censorship. I still like that they just allowed ass. Okay, one more playthrough just to be very thorough. And then after that, I think that'll round out the stream at 3 hours. Rick, how can you play the same game for 3 hours when it's just a rail show? You'll see, it's randomized. There are random rooms that you don't get in other playthroughs. The more you play this, it's kind of different every single time. And I think, let's go with the medium shot this time. Okay, center, center, center. In arcades, you would actually kind of hold a rod-like object to shoot with instead of just a classic light gun. But I wasn't about to go like draw an asset entirely for that, for this one stream. Let's go with the bracelet.
What ridiculous clothes!
I bought them in the specialist shop.
All we need is this rod. route changes every time in this labyrinth for protecting from intruders. Let's go!
Yeah, what was I talking about before the raid? I guess the cult of personality, and there's too many like startup streamers that try and market themselves as more of a brand than they are just an organic person. And so a lot of things that they do just come off as very disingenuous. And that's why it's hard for me to find a lot of streamers I like, because just that older style of streaming, I just like people playing a video game and talking and shooting the shit and posting dumb videos or images or whatever. And Twitch is just like, they want that. They want each streamer to operate as a small little cult. So they keep gamifying their entire platform. That's why you have bits. That's why you have hype trains. And they keep like pushing that shit. And they're like making newer and newer goals. They're trying to have Twitch stories. They're trying to... What else are they doing? Stream together, shared chats. Though shared chats is actually a cool feature for when people are collaborating, because it's nice to have everything under, you know, one roof. Make it easier for the viewers. They were trying to experiment a while back, like a couple years maybe, with a, instead of a big treasure house. Okay, we've already seen this one. This is the freaky little monkey, guys. What was it exactly? It was like a exposure train. The better you would do at the train, the more it would push your stream in the algorithm for people. Which, the hype trains are already a fucking scam. But the fact that they were trying to pull that with like exposure, like, hey, the better you do at this train, the more recommendations we'll make of your stream to other people on the Twitch homepage. It's like, no, that feature didn't last long. Then there's like another forgotten feature of like Twitch moments, where if you were around for a streamer's epic clip moment, you would get a little badge and it would accumulate, and you were around for this many epic moments at this streamer's channel. I'm not really a fan of like predatory shit, and I don't like YouTube streaming because they added like XP for chatters, so you could become the #1 chatter in an individual YouTube stream. And that, like, I don't know, maybe you don't want that attention. Maybe you don't want that attention. I typically don't. I find it embarrassing when I'm in a YouTube stream and I get like the #1 chatter from chatting too much.
That's great.
Love this guy. It sucks that like the second boss has no personality whatsoever. But this guy and the Pharaoh are just amazing. Yippee! That's how the pharaohs say yippee. Yeah, other streamer friends I have are just like so sick of everything being gamified. Let me allow that message because Twitch is like, ew, you said creeps? Ugh, that's bad language. Don't say creeps. Come on, Twitch. Creeps isn't a fucking... It's not a slur. It's not a bad word. It's just creeps. It's a very common word used. Come on. I think even earlier I had to allow Spike's message that said twink because now that's being recognized as a bad word. It's like, come on, Twitch. Christ. Ugh. I hate censorship, and you know, you give them an inch, and they'll take like 20 miles.
Still a long way to go.
Creep would never be said. Here we go. I got allow it again. I just allowed the word Twitch. Let creep go through. Creep would never be said on a Rickubus channel stream.
I have a bad feeling about this. There's a camel. Let's ride it.
I hate that you straight up can't turn this bullshit off.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm ready.
I'll speed it up.
Oh,
I think you could like lower the severity of it. I do like having it on to some degree because it has saved my ass in the past from people trying to be creative around, like, you know. I don't want people saying actual slurs in my stream because I have the on-screen chat and everything. And I'm not gonna fucking, I do not want to have to take the time out of, I don't want to have to cut any of my stream just to like get rid of that shit and render like a fucking 8-hour stream. It almost happened during Planet Laika, but the auto mod actually did its job for once and caught something really bad. And thank God for that. Thank God for that. But when it comes to just like basic words like creep or twink, and you can't say that because Twitch is like, no, that's bad. It's like, come on, come on.
Let's go.
There's worse that could be said. Just anything that could be inherently negative is now a red flag for Twitch. Collapse temple. Okay, so we're kind of like, yeah, I think we've seen everything now. This is the very Illbleed flavored area.
reload.
Yeah, juggling those items is the best way to get a high score. I've never got an A+ or an S. But I would have to like play with the light bullets if I even wanted to go for that. Plus if I had complete pinpoint accuracy, it would be way easier. The sudden like camera shifts too kind of screw you over a lot on balancing the treasures. Can't get that multiplier up. House of the Dead 1 is really interesting with its scoring system because it's all about optimizing your path and finding the biggest payout and then shooting as many objects as possible and trying to like stall to shoot minions of like bosses. It's a very tight scoring system too. To get the best possible ending, you have to learn that game like the back of your hand and plan it all out. I'll never be able to do that myself, but I've seen other people do it, and I'm very impressed. That requires some very, very, very crazy dedication. You'd have to play the same game like 8 hours and across several streams. Wait, did we? I don't think we saw this area yet. This cool outdoors area. Okay, so there was something new this time, I think. Did I already do this part? Does anyone remember? You see, fighting games though are like a very social game. House of the Dead 1 is not a very social game. That's just like a personal best, like a personal decision that I want to dedicate a lot of time to a skill-based shooter game. It's one of the only skill-based shooter, like rail shooter games that with you could 1cc it. It's not balanced around being a token chugger. It's balanced around like if you're good at this game, you could play it from beginning to end off of 1 quarter. This area reminds me of the wood puppet stage, like right after right after you beat the giant tree. And you're like running through the little victory area, trying not to bleed out and die after you defeated the boss. Which makes me wonder, I don't know if this is some of the same textures, but there's got to be some recycled stuff. Whenever we see corpses in the game laying around, I kind of like think like, it's pretty like Illbleed style. They could have just took one of the little bodies from that and applied a new texture to it. But I haven't like looked at it side by side enough to compare. Oof. Yeah, Wood Puppets is really good. It has such a creepy atmosphere to it.
What a huge river! Wow!
Let's take a boat.
I love Illbleed. Ooh, I'm gonna play that game every year until I die.
Damn, what do we have here?
Unless something really bad happens during an October. There was something like that happened in personal family that kind of happened right October 1st. Really bad, grim news this year, but I kept it off stream. It's nothing that affects me too badly, but it's just like family stuff, and it's just losing a grandparent. It happened to happen on a... Basically, I don't have any grandparents left at this point, but October 1st, it just happened immediately as October. So I guess that's kind of like another reason why it doesn't really feel like Halloween this year. Because my family's just been too kind of busy dealing with all that stuff.
What is it?
Let's see. It's the rightmost one. Thank you for the redeem.
Okay!
Ah,
That sucker.
Next, we're going to the pyramid.
still got a little bit of my drink left. So it's been like 3 Halloweens in a year, and something bad has happened each year. I can't just have a good October anymore without something kind of going wrong. Sucks. I was in the boat with my family last year. Hope you're able to enjoy it more on 2026 onwards. Yeah. It sucks. It sucks. But hey, that's life. That's life. I've talked about it on previous streams, but my mother was having to be a caretaker for her mother for pretty much the entire year. And it was like really wearing her down. So there's a little bit of relief in the fact that it's kind of over. And that's like the real, like a real scary thing to think about is just, you know, the last year of your life and what it's gonna be like, or the last year of a parent's life and what you're gonna go through during that. Yeah, sorry to get too real about that kind of stuff for a moment, but it's never a pleasant thought to like really think about, and I dread when it's going to possibly happen. It's not good to pretend like it's never gonna happen. But I say grim stuff all the time on stream. Yeah,
Treat it
I could very well die in an accident and not be here for next year's Halloween. Then you guys won't have the yearly Halloween Illbleed stream from Rickubus. It won't exist. I'll be dead. Who else are you gonna watch play Illbleed? Who's gonna carry on the tradition? Tons of people will. I'm not special. I'm just very autistic about Illbleed and like Illbleed a lot. But you know. It's that weird feeling of the lights are on but no one's home. Returning to an empty house. That previous and like I don't know. It's really weird to visit your grandma's house and not see your grandma.
I'm Pharaoh, so you're here at last. Well done. But it won't be so easy.
The world is a lot more dull without people like Rick, no exaggeration. I don't know, I think the world would be a better place if people weren't like me. My manager at work today said one of the most insane fucking things I've ever heard. So basically at my job, you know, something I do every day is I clean the mirrors because every day the customers are constantly licking and making out and coming and spreading grease all over the mirrors. I'm using the mirror cleaner that they supply me with, and they're not happy with how the mirrors are coming out because they end up all. The cheap cleaner that they're giving me doesn't clean the mirrors properly. And so what my manager said, like my female manager told me, is that women are better at cleaning mirrors than men are. And I was like taken aback. Like I was just like sitting there blinking, like, what? That's a really weird thing to, huh? Women are better at cleaning mirrors than men. You don't have to clean the mirrors anymore, Rick, is what she told me. And I'm like, oh, what? Huh? Ma'am, I'm just trying to fucking do my job. I'm doing the job with the tools you're giving me. What do you mean? It's fucking incredibly psychotic. She's like, she's ESL too. She's from some European country. And I don't know. She says some really unhinged weird shit sometimes, so I think she might be fresh off the boat. And she doesn't quite like understand life as an American yet. I feel like it's something I could very well report her to human resources for, but I'm not a fucking petty dick like that. I don't give a shit. I just think it's funny, and it gives me something to talk about on stream. Women are better at cleaning mirrors than men. What a weird thing to take pride. Oh, God. It's like, yeah, I'm not a janitor. I'm not supposed to be cleaning the mirrors in the first place. We have janitors to do that, but they're not doing that. So they're just, my manager that hates me is just giving me that job to try and shake me from the job, I think. But I'm just doing it. I don't care. I clean the mirrors every day. I do what I'm told. To be honest, I can't figure out how to clean glass without streak marks.
Right. Get on with it.
Yeah, she's like, just use water. Just use water. And I'm like, no one has ever told me just use water to clean the mirrors. They're like, use the Windex, use the cleaner, use the glass cleaner. And, you know, disinfecting is a part of it too. Those mirrors get covered in like sludge, and people like kids that have ice cream and smear their ice cream all over the mirrors. Water isn't gonna just clean that. I have to disinfect it because people's kids are licking those mirrors. Sorry, the mirrors are coming out kind of cloudy from cleaning them, but you know, at least they're safe to lick. Every day, you clean the mirrors and then come back and they're just all fucked up again, and there's like kiss marks and handprints and cum and piss and shit all over the mirrors, and it's like, oh god. I don't think water's gonna cut it, ma'am.
Okay, got that sucker.
The walls are oozing green slime the next day. Yeah.
You can't.
When you work in retail, you see really disgusting shit. The clientele at my store are especially awful. They'll leave a popsicle laying on our shelf, and it'll just melt and get all over everything. That's happened several times at this point, where it's like some asshole has to deliberately go, I want to ruin this poor minimum wage retail worker's life. I'm gonna put my half-eaten popsicle on the store display and just walk away. And when I see that shit, I pretend I don't see that shit. I do not perceive. I turn a blind eye. It's someone else's problem. I am not being paid enough to clean this shit up. Janitors, do your job. The janitors don't even do a good job. They just like show up in the morning, they dump water on the floor, mop it around for a bit, and then pretend to sweep in a corner for like 10 hours and then leave. Anyways, don't be like me. Don't work retail. Retail sucks. It's all we can do, though. You know, when the AI future is here and it takes away all the art jobs, all the craft jobs. The only thing that's gonna be left is fucking retail jobs. That or plumbing. Become a plumber. If you could become a plumber, become a plumber. AI, no matter how bad job markets will be, plumbers will never be replaceable. Topical that we get here, but if there's one thing people don't like dealing with, it's piss and shit. When you're dealing with piss and shit, sadly, that's like only a job humans could kind of do. Dirty jobs no one wants and pay very well. AI toilet that can unclog itself? No. I don't think AI will ever be good at doing something like that. But I guess back to the topic of conventions and makers fairs, I guess there's AI 3D printers now that you could just like give it jobs to do, and it'll just do those jobs and maintain itself. And basically that has led to a lot of tables being filled with stupid little stimulant toys. What do they call those? Like, you know, like fidget spinner things, but worse. Fidget toys. Yeah, something they buy a fucking $5 print PDF or whatever, plug it into their 3D printer, and then they for $5 they make 30 things that they could sell for like $10 a piece. It's like the scam of the century. They put no effort into making any of this stuff other than like spending $5 and telling the machine to make it for them. Yeah, the generic dragons. They're like fidget dragons or something. I've seen several YouTubers that go to conventions complain about that kind of shit recently, and I'm like, huh, I haven't been to a convention in years, and it's kind of insane to me that I guess those have gotten really bad now. People that have been going to conventions for years and they're just saying they don't even really like conventions anymore. Everything's too different. They're not as fun as they used to be. So sometimes I don't have that FOMO anymore, that I'm not really going to conventions, because, I don't know, it just sounds like everything's really bad and dire right now. I haven't been to a convention ever since AI art became a problem. So I haven't experienced a convention. under the menace of AI art. Crazy to think the last time I went to a convention I could actually trust everything I was seeing was made by a human, and at least, you know, back then the only worry was, is this stolen art? Is this traced? Is this bootleg? But now you can't really tell. You can't tell. It sucks as an artist now. You have to record everything you do and record your creative process just to prove you made something. The moment anyone says, Rick, your stuff looks AI made, I'm fucking killing them. I'm fucking murdering them.
Let's go home.
In Minecraft. That'll be the biggest insult. Rick, your stuff looks like it was AI generated. Alright, off with your head. Get the fuck out of here now. You're not welcome in my house, you know. Luckily, that hasn't happened yet, and I hope it never does happen. I hope my art isn't easy for AI to recreate in any capacity that I'll have to worry about, like, you know, this is why scuff and imperfection is good to have, and have your own signature quote-unquote shitty style, because AI isn't exactly going to be able to replicate that kind of stuff as easily. So, if anything, me not being the best artist makes me a more real artist, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. I don't have to prove that I'm real. I make decisions that even I don't understand. And I guess that's another reason why I love Illbleed so much, is it is an imperfect game. It is a weird game with a lot of weird decisions that were made, but it's something that only a human could make. And I relate heavily to Illbleed in its imperfections, yet its wicked cool sense of style and just pure uniqueness. I don't know. Okay, A again, Shrewd Hunter. An AI could never make Ina. Yeah. Swear to God, I'm like a fucking 5-year-old. Okay, that's like the top 5 scores. There we go. That'll be it for the Maze of the Kings. Yeah, I'm like threatening you guys with my gun comm. Whoa. It sucks because this asset looks better than my default controller. Yeah, don't worry about the wire. But yeah, this is the one I use more. Look how, like, it doesn't have that much detail to it. This is like, yeah, but then there's this, and look how detailed it is. Look how nice and angular it is. I did a good job at this, and it's always a crime I never get to use this asset much. Yeah, that was like 5 playthroughs of the Maze of the Kings, so I think we saw most, if not everything you could see. There's some fails, there's some things you could fail and get like a slightly different path or a different room or whatever after you fail it, or a sequence. But yeah, that's something you could go discover yourself. It's a fun time, it's a fun game. It's a good little, you know, you want something Halloween-y, but you also want it. Like I keep saying and justifying this. Egypt is kind of spooky. Mummies are kind of spooky. It is Halloween adjacent. It's like, you know, playing it during the Halloween season kind of feels just right. And given that it's basically the sibling to Illbleed, you know, it's Halloween. I don't know. Why am I trying to justify this so much? Very soulful. Yeah. Arcade games are just full of soul. Even though their intentions were to rob you of your quarters, and, you know, you were probably better off just buying a video game console at home for cheap. cheap, and then like a few games would ultimately be cheaper than it would be to just clear one of these things in the actual arcade, which is not too surprising to see why a lot of arcades went out of business and started failing once people had access to better home entertainment, and video games kind of became up to par in power to like what was offered on arcade cabinets. But it is kind of sad because arcades were full of gimmick games. Stuff that the home stuff still can't quite replicate. And there's stuff that's even harder to replicate. Like, fuck, what's that butt finger game? Boonga Boonga. Which is it's a... Let me get a proper picture of this thing. It's a game where you like shove a finger controller up a butt. I don't think I'll get in trouble for showing this. Bum, ba da 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 da. Sorry, it's taking me a while to save the image. Arcades now are just sad. All mobile port ticket games with no sauce. Yeah. Okay, so some of you guys are aware of the butt game. You could probably emulate this, but you know, it's not the same. It's not the same. Look at this. This is an arcade game. I don't imagine this is a very popular one that you would like find in a lot of Japanese arcades, but you know, this is something that could only exist within arcades. The classic Japanese gag of shoving your fingers up an ass. Well, not up an ass, but you know, poking someone in the butt is a very unsurprising surprise. Or, I mean, a very fuck. Brain work please. A sudden jab of fingers in your butt is a very unpleasant surprise, is what I meant to say. Or it may be a very pleasant surprise, depending on how you personally feel about fingers in your ass, I guess. Look forward to this game when I stream it. If I ever stream it. It's probably banned or whatever. But yeah, you just poke them in the butt and the guys scream and then you get scored or whatever. Novelty arcade stuff. Oh yeah, there was another classic Sega game. It is a ticket game. Wait, do I have this saved already? Sorry, I'm like stupid right now. I'm yeah. Utterly tickets. Start milking. You know, this is the novelty that made arcades so fucking special. You could just have dumb this is Sega, by the way. This is a Sega arcade machine. I never got to play this myself personally, but if I had the chance to, I would love to play this just for the novelty. And there's a version too where they added an animatronic chicken, but I think they had to remove the animatronic chicken because you know, naturally people were just gonna destroy them and the parts were very expensive to replace. Of course you had this. Yeah. I love weird shit. I live for weird shit. Come on. Man. Maybe one day, well, Sega's not even really an arcade company anymore. All they're gonna just make are Yakuza Like a Dragon games and ride off of the Atlas Persona train as much as they can. They don't gotta do anything anymore. They have Sonic, they have Miku, they have Joker from Persona 5. The rest of Shin Megami Tensei doesn't exist. Only Persona 5 exists and makes money. And then yeah, Yakuza Like a Dragon series. That's all they make now. Well, what about all those classic games you like? Nah, we're just gonna remove them all from the Steam store. You're not gonna be able to buy any of that shit anymore. No one cares about our old games. I care about your old games, Sega. Stop doing this shit. Bring them back, or do that fucking subscription service you were planning on doing, where you'll have your entire classic catalog. You know, I don't know. Fucking do something. Give people the ability to play utterly tickets in a modern form. Anyways. Whoop. Let's head out to the porch. Your best hope is a port of this showing up in Yakuza 23. Probably. I feel like it has to happen eventually. There's definitely like digital arcade games where you're in an arcade that's digital and you're playing games to earn tickets to get prizes within a video game. That's like the next step of meta gaming. Like once all the actual arcade ticket machines cease to exist and we've moved into a new era of soulless slop. Bonanza Bros forever. Never got to play Bonanza Bros. Sega responds to Rick's pleads with another Yakuza game and Monkey Ball getting delisted. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. Amazing. Yes, please. Sega, delete your entire history. Give me another Yakuza game, please. I don't know. I'm sure the Yakuza games are great. I'm sure they're fantastic, but there's too many people play those, and it falls into that vibe of that's all you can say. That's all you can say. Kind of like, but with video games. Like, get new material. Do something new. 10 years have passed, and it's just all Yakuza and it's fucking Persona 5 spin-offs and collabs. Come the fuck on. Give it, like, if this was the PS1 or PS2 era, you've already would have like moved. There would have been like 10 more Personas of all different characters and shit. Why have they been milking the same Persona game for what feels like 15 years now? Oh god. It reminds me of how dire Western cartoons are as well, where you don't like the current cartoon, well, guess what? That's the only cartoon you're gonna have for the next 10 years. Get fucked. And that's why everyone started watching anime instead, because it's like, oh, wait, you have like a dozen new shows and original stories every like 3 months, 6 months? You have variety to the content and media that you can consume? Wow, this is better than American cartoons. What, you don't want to watch SpongeBob for the next 20 years and SpongeBob and only SpongeBob? Hey Lord Cynic, thank you for the raid. I'm just about to end the stream, so we'll be taking everyone somewhere else. I played The Maze of the Kings today, and I recommend it if you haven't played it yet, but I'm pretty sure you being an Illbleed fan, you probably know what Maze of the Kings is. Got deeper into Bloodborne Chalice Dungeons? Oh, you haven't heard about it. Well, a quick little history lesson. It is actually the final game that was produced by Crazy Games and the last game that Shinya Nishigaki was credited on. So you could tell the game has the DNA of Illbleed and Blue Stinger in it. And it's a short, neat little game, so, you know. The VOD exists if you want to check it out and see what it's kind of about. The whole like gimmick of this is no two playthroughs are the same. It can select like a bunch of different rooms between segments and kind of like randomize things a little bit. There's not 1,000 rooms, but the game plays it off as like there's 1,000 different rooms that you can explore. It's more like maybe 20 or so. Any Pen Triathlon in there? No, unfortunately not. Unfortunately not. Anyways, let me see who is online. There's a lot of people online tonight. But where do I send you guys? You know what? You know what? We were talking about Vine Sauce earlier. I mean, he's good. He's doing his Gmod mod thing, so that's always a good time. I always love his yearly Half-Life mod streams for the Halloween season, because it's always a very Half-Life and Half-Life 2 are a really good Halloween game. It's unfortunate that I haven't played more mods that are very Halloween adjacent for the season of Half-Life. Most I played is Swiss Cheese Halloween, and that's like my favorite goofy little Halloween mod for the original Half-Life. I want to play Afraid of Monsters and They Hunger and like a bunch of other smaller horror-themed mods for Half-Life games. That'll be for future years, though, when I have my shit more together. Anyways, thank you very much for watching today, everyone. Thank you very much for the raids. Thank you for the follows, the lurking. Thanks for watching. Thanks for chatting, keeping me company. And I appreciate it. This is a nice, very pleasant, fun stream. I was worried no one was gonna really want to sit through a light gun game for maybe 3 hours. I'm surprised I managed to stretch it out to 3 hours. But yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for lurking. If you're watching the VODs through YouTube as well, thank you very much as well. I appreciate all the support, and you know, thanks for following all the social media accounts. Thanks for following the YouTube or being a part of the Discord or keeping up with my dumb bullshit on Blue Sky and Twitter. See you guys around. Thanks for dropping by today. Have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow for Monster Party to celebrate Halloween. But in the case I don't see you tomorrow, have a happy Halloween. Put on your favorite horror movies, get your favorite snacks, eat some of your favorite candy. Just, you know, try and keep the spirit of Halloween alive. I don't want Halloween to die. I don't want Halloween to die. Don't let it die. When Halloween dies, I'm dead. I'm dead inside. Anyways. Thanks for watching. Thanks for lurking. Sayonara. See ya. Farewell. Oyasumi. Bye-bye.